Welcome to Part of My Imagination. I'm Imagination and you're the Imaginers. Welcome if this is your first time. My name's Jasmine, and welcome back if this is your second or third or however many times you've been here. Today I'm going to be doing my July wrap up. Now I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be posting other shorter videos of kind of like my brief summary of the book and what I enjoyed about it, what I didn't enjoy about it, things like that. But I'm not going to be doing it in this video because I read 25 books. If you didn't check out my last video of my TBR, I was trying to read 30 books in 31 days. Your girl didn't make it. I only read 25 books, and these are the books I'm just going to do a brief. These are the ratings that I gave it. This is what I read. So let's just get into it. Okay, so the first book that I read for the month of July was I Hate Fairyland by Scotty Young. I gave this book 4 stars. The second book that I read for the month of July was The Only Black Girls in Town by Brandy Colbert. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Phenomenal. The next book that I read was A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. And I gave this book 5 stars because I'm Sarah J. Trash. The next book was The City of Brass by S.K. Chakraborty. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I read The Motor Crush by Brendan Fletcher, Cameron Stewart, and Babis Tarr. I gave this 4 stars. Next was My Life as an Ice Cream Sandwich by E.B. Zaboy, and I gave this 4 stars. Alright, the next book that I read was The Last Wish by Andrzej Sapkowski. Pretty much the first book in the Witcher series. And I gave it 3 stars. Next was The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. 5 out of 5 stars. Duh. Like, what else would I rate this? Next was Ruin Rising by Leigh Bardugo. 5 out of 5 stars. Darkling, what's up? Alright, the next book that I read was Love from A to Z by S.K. Ali. 5 out of 5 stars. Like, I had such a great reading month. The next book that I read was The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. I gave this book 3.5 stars. On Goodreads it says 3 stars, but I gave it 3.5. The next book I read was A Jackpot by Nick Stone. 4 stars. The next book was Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Young. I gave this book 4 stars. The next book I read was A Dream So Dark by L.L. McKinney, and I gave this book 4 stars. 4 stars, 4.5 stars, roughly. The next book I read, or actually graphic novel that I read, was Submerged, and this is by Ayala Sturl, Stella Dela, Deering, Farrell, and Bartel. Those are the authors. I'm assuming it's their last names. But yes, I read this and I gave it 3 stars. Next was P.S. I Love You by Jenny Han. Surprisingly, I gave this book 4 stars. Next was A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab, and also surprising, I gave this book 5 stars. Where did that come from? Next, I read Heroine by Mindy McGinnis, and I gave this book 4.5 stars. Wow. Next, I read Beast Made of Night by Tochi Anabochi, and I gave this book 5 stars. Next was The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin, and I also gave this book 5 stars. Duh. Why would you not give anything N.K. Jemisin 5 stars? Next was A Phoenix First Must Burn, edited by Patrice Cadwell, and I gave this book 5 stars. It is a short story collection, so I pretty much loved all the books, and that's why I got the rating that it did. Next, I read Obsidio, The Illuminate Files by Amy Kaufman and Jay. Y'all know who he is. I ain't gonna say his name on my channel. But I gave this book 4.5 stars. Next was The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. And I gave this book 4 stars. Next, I read Full Disclosure by Cameron Garrett. And I gave this book 4.5 stars. It was so good. Alright, last and certainly but not least, I read Now I Rise by Kristen White, and I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Alright, those are all the books that I read for the month of July. I didn't meet the 30 book goal, and that's cool. I read 25. It's more books than I've ever read in a month. So, pat myself on the back for that anyways. And I didn't read 5 more books because my sister came. Now I had to get ready for my sister. So yeah, I blame her. If you're watching this, Joanna, it's all your fault. I didn't finish my goal. But it's cool though, because I did finish most of those books and I plan on finishing them next month. So it's all right. But that's all that I have for you guys today. Be sure to check out my description where you'll find easy ways to contact me, as well as all the books that I talked about and some of the videos that I also talked about. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't, just imagine that you did and come back again. Until next time, keep imagining.